Yeah, we are going into set number 2 here. Ace taking down the first set for his team in a quick 2-0 ZVZ. This matchup is going to be TV something. I believe Skyline is Terran. I have no idea what race V1 is, but I guess we'll see. And looks like they have gotten Fighting Spirit as their first map. So let us go straight into the game. Once again, this is the Altitude Nation Wars match between Eastern Europe and Hungary. And in the top left is the yellow Protoss. We do have Eastern Europe's V1. And in the bottom left as the purple Terran, we have Hungary representing... Or, no, wait, we have Skyline representing Team Hungary. Whoa! Yeah, we have Hungary representing Skyline, that's right. Skyline is actually just such a huge baller that he just has the entire country representing him. So, the races are let's say P10? Did P10 sound good to you guys? P10 sounds good to me. Yellow and purple. Alright, good. So, oh, I just realized actually my little country score thing is blocking the APM, so that's a little bit unfortunate. Let me just fix this, and I seem to have forgotten to change accounts, but that's fine. Now, I am quite excited about this matchup, just because it's a PvT. Because I don't know if you guys have been following the recent foreigner events at all, but there have been a lot of Zergs. And by a lot, I mean like 80% Zergs. Especially at the top levels, like when you get to semifinals and finals, it's just like, hey, here's some ZVZs. I hope you enjoy yourself. I don't know. It's quite sad. So, yeah, very pretty severe lack of PvTs due to the lack of Protosses and Terrans in general. So I would, or hopefully we're gonna see a nice PvT here. Now, Skyline. I don't know too much about him. I know he's on Team SAS along with Ace and Zeki and the like, although I believe Ace has recently switched teams. Not too sure about that, so I don't want to cause any gossip. But he does have one notable achievement, or at least that I know of, which is that he beat Bakuryu in the Gambits Cup between SAS Noobs and Team LRM. He actually won a TVZ on Heartbreak Ridge. Against none other than the Mustache Zerg himself, so you know, he can't be too bad. He's got to be a pretty good player, because I mean, you know, Bakuryu, he's pretty good too. I actually played Bakuryu I think yesterday, and I got demolished, man. I had an advantage too, because I played a sick mind game, and then I just got owned. So it was pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Oh, was it not Gambit, Skyline? I don't know. You played Bakuryu somewhere though. I know you played Bakuryu somewhere, because I casted that game. I casted you versus Bakuryu. Oh wait, no. Oh no, I might be thinking of Pez. Am I thinking of Pez? Oh, I'm thinking of Pez. I'm sorry, Skyline. I'm sorry. You guys are both Terrans. You're both on SAS. It's not my fault. You know, it's kind of like how people say all Asians look alike. Well, to me, all SAS members look alike. I'm just saying. Seriously, I always get Ace and Zeki confused. I don't even know why. Well, no, I do know why. It's because like they're both Zergs and they're both Gosu, and they're both on Team SAS. So anyway, so what's basically just happened is that my entire story about Skyline is just completely false, and now I just have nothing interesting to say about him. So Skyline, if you will, please tell me something interesting about yourself. Like, do you have any notable features? For example, a sexy mustache would be a notable feature, or some other achievement. Like winning a Star League or something like that. And unfortunately, I don't think V1's actually in the chat, so I can't ask him. But anyway, I mean, you know, you can see what's happening in the game. It's one gate so far, no tech. Looks like it's going to be a one gate expo from V1. Meanwhile, we do have a standard FD from Skyline, so pretty standard stuff here. V1 should be able to hold it off with decent goon micro. It will require good goon micro to be safe though, kind of depending on how many Marines come out here. It looks like we're going up to 6 Marines from Skyline. And aha! We have an achievement. Apparently Skyline is in fact very tall. That's right. He is almost 2 meters in height. So if you are a lovely young lady and you're into tall guys, then do give Skyline a call. He's your man. He's also a Gosu Terran, by the way. That's always a plus when, you know, looking for favorable traits in the opposite sex. Anyway, V1's taking a lot of damage on this one Dragoon. I like this, by the way. You see that he switched out the Goon, so this Goon was in the back before, but then he switched it out so the high health Goon tanks some damage. So that's quite nice. And Skyline will be expanding behind this, of course, because it is a fake double, not a real double. Meanwhile, V1 going up to 3 gateways, but he didn't take many pot shots on the retreat. He kind of just ran all the way home with his tail between his legs. That is not a good idea. Usually you want to try and use the high range of the Goons to snipe off some Marines, and you know, and perhaps even the Vulture before you get back to your base. But as it is, look at this. Skyline's just pushing right up in here. Now, there are enough Goons to survive, and ooh, trying to do a Mind Drag there, doesn't quite get through, and is left with just 2 Goons against 1 Siege Tank, so he will be safe. Take another Vulture running in here, but V1 should be fine, except, actually, did he not get a Robo? He didn't get a Robo, it seems, but yeah, he'll be okay. He's not gonna die. I think he could have handled that a little bit better, but that's, you know, he survived. He got a faster Expo and he survived, so that's the important thing. His economy is definitely going to be, or it's going to be nice and strong here going into the mid game. And Skyline being very aggressive with just these Vultures. Seems like he's lost a Siege Tank. I think that's a bit of a mistake. I mean, 1 Vulture running in, laying mines isn't going to do anything whatsoever, so that's a bit silly. But otherwise, I think Skyline should be kind of happy with the result, except for the fact that he lost his Siege Tank. I think, ideally, he would have pulled back the Siege Tank when all the other units died. I think he might have gotten a little bit over-eager there. Much better to save that tank, but otherwise, I think he'll be happy with that result. He killed a decent number of Goons. And we do have the robotics finally going down there. It feels a little bit late. But, you know, it's not a big deal. I think he could have actually just gotten this rather than the 3rd gateway. Well, no, that's fine. That's fine. That's completely fine. So we do have 2 factories from Skyline. The engineering bay is finished. He's going to be safe against any kind of crazy Revo action or DTs. I think Reaver would be more likely, perhaps, but neither of those seems to be coming so far. Taking the 2nd gas, but seems to be going for the 3rd base as well. In which case, I'd actually favor delaying the 2nd gas, because as we can see, he's already got quite a bit of gas in the bank. Yeah, it looks like he's just going for observers, and you know, with the 400 mineral investment plus the wall that he's making here, definitely delay the 2nd gas, I would say. Now this is engineering bay. I don't know if there's a turret under there. I don't think there is, but we do have a relatively quick starport and an armory, so it looks like Skyline going to be going for some drop-in action here. Not going to do the, you know, like the Korean turtle up to 3 base on Fighting Spirit and then do a maxed out push. He's actually going to be a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more active. And, you know what? I like that style, because it makes it a lot more fun to watch. Citadel is being warped in. Still only 3 gateways, might want to add 1 more. Perhaps he can go for the Nexus first. Depends how safe he wants to play. I think he actually just save up for the Nexus now. Yeah, looks like he is going to do that. By the way, I'm not actually sure if this is a complete wall. Like, if this Dragoon wasn't here, I don't know if no Vultures can run through between these pylons. I believe they can. I believe they can. But I'm not sure. I keep thinking this is a command center just by looking at the minimap, but it's just an engineering bay that's trolling me. It is just an eBay. So we do have the first dropship. Looks like Vulture Speed is being researched, and I'm not really sure. I think Skyline might just be scared of some kind of drop. He's got most of his tanks on siege and kind of in a control group running around. So he's a little bit scared, I guess, of Reavers or DT drop or something like that, but there is nothing like that coming. V1 just massing up Goons, adding a lot of gateways. Look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4 gateways being added, so he's going up to 7 gateways in total. He has gotten his 3rd base as well, and he's getting his 3rd gas. Now look at his gas count. He's at 900 gas right now. So this is what I mean. Like, he could have not taken this gas, and he still would have had an excess of gas. So that's why I'm not particularly fond of that natural gas timing, and definitely not fond of the 3rd gas. He definitely doesn't need that for now. But actually, it looks like he has spent a decent amount of gas. Has he just gotten like Templar Archives or something? I don't know. Either way, there's a drop in his base. And it's gonna get a few zealots. Looks like a zealot's just running through clearing mines. I think it's a good idea. It's gotta be careful though not to clear them into probes. And don't lose a goon either. Does he not have an observer at home? What is going on here? Meanwhile, one vulture looks like he's gonna go and check out the third base. He's got like 2 observers at the front, but apparently no observers at home. And whoa, looks like he's just gonna A-move through. I think that'll be okay for now because there's not many mines left, but I'm a little bit surprised that he doesn't have an observer at home. He should have an observer with his Dragoon group, I think. And looks like Skyline just gonna kill a couple more probes here at the natural. But V1 is I mean, I don't think he took too much damage from that, and he's got his 3 bases up. So he's at 82 supply, but look at his gas. You see, that's what I'm talking about, man. This actually really bothers me. I know I'm harping on this a lot, but it's actually quite a big deal. I mean, it's just like resource management, man, resource management. Anyway, Skyline gonna be fancy and just like drop 2 tanks and then pick them up again. See, I bet these guys are like the 1% tanks. So like these guys are in their dropship limo, while the rest of the tanks, these are like the plebeian tanks. They're walking on the ground and they're actually just gonna die because they're just not sieging. Apparently Skyline's not a huge fan of siege mode. But so what's gonna happen soon is that like these siege tanks are gonna start protesting because these guys are the 99%, right? These are the 99% of tanks that don't get to run around in dropships all day. Whereas these are the 1% that get to die in dropships because that's fun. Wow, that was like he sees the goons here. Why did he fly back through the goons? I don't know. I don't understand. What was that? That was